Welcome to part 10, Analogue. The sun's shining where I was earlier, and this bookshelf is very reflective of the analog things I love. I love old, tangible, slightly less efficient, but much more worthwhile things. I have so many notebooks. This isn't even all of them. But I made my first serious one to kickstart 2019, and from there, my ideas exploded into so many projects, themes, and categories. I wrote a feature in this one, it's called Happy First, which was a wonderful exercise, and I'll probably do it again. Not always, but I enjoyed it. I have one for my comedy ideas, you see, comedy gold. One for a feature that I've just outlined so far. I can't wait to put more effort into this. I'm very happy about this. It's sort of a music coming of age film. I also have one for Tesseract Kitchen, which is the cooking vlog that I do. Give it a look. You know, if you're stuck for a recipe in quarantine or just wanna check out the cooking videos I do, there you go. And I also have one for Tsilindr. And there's more up there. There's more that I do. I have like a little calendar one as well. I love all my notebooks, and I love that I'm just able to divide my personality. I go some days and I just write in like different ideas in different notebooks, and it's nice to be organized in that sense. There's definitely a freedom that comes when you just have a pen and you're not bound by ones and zeros. It's more intimate as well, I think. I love to put love into my notebooks. They're physical, so it's possible, but loving a machine just isn't the same. I think that's a funny sentence, and I'm sure your mind's going the same way. You can hold your notebooks and fill them with ideas and stories and look back onto them like a photo album, which is another archaic thing. I enjoy going over old notes or ideas multiple times, and with each pass I'll use a different color pen to signify the passage of time and growth of the concept. You know, something tablets and styluses. Yeah, they're great. Damn technology, damn millennials. But there's room and purpose for both in this world, and that's the beauty of it. Like, for example, I'm reading this off of a tablet. There's absolutely a purpose for everything in this world. I'm looking over next to me now, and I have a bookshelf with a Kodak box brownie that a coworker, Ollie Prout, gave me. A medium format folding camera that my housemate bought. And it's just part of the collection now. I have both the Zenits, which I mentioned in the previous photography section, and I just love how tangible and special Analogue is. It's something that will always be a part of my life. I just love it. Another thing I love about Analogue is vinyl, but it's a bit expensive. And if I was to buy a phonograph, it'd be a nice one. It'd be like a one-off purchase, or like I'm not gonna have to buy one for X amount of years. So I wasn't interested in buying like a cheapo one. And also the records themselves are a bit of an expense. What I did get into was cassettes. So I have a few over here. I have a proper collection in a drawer over there. But I love going into record shops and asking what their cassette collection's like. Most of the time the person has to go to the back and pull out like a shoebox that's like half filled with cassettes. But sometimes they're out in the open. It just depends on the shop. But it's a fun experience because I'm going into a presumably large record shop. All I'm asking to do is look over a tiny percentage of their inventory. But it's just what I like. I like cassettes. They're cool. I mean, they don't sound the best. I like that I can listen to something start to finish, and there's no shuffle button. There's no distraction. It's like pop it in, listen, swap, continue to listen. I have discovered some weird and beautiful music by new artists releasing stuff on cassette. It's fun. The thing I love about cassettes is you can make mixtapes. And I love assembling a bunch of songs of whatever the vibe is at the moment, or a compilation of what I've been listening to over the past months. It acts as a time capsule. You can listen back to what you used to listen to, memories from that mixtape in particular, look back on that part of life. Before and after moments. Again, the titular track to a recent mixtape I made it back in September, I think. And it's the times they are changing. The opening track is a Bob Dylan tune, and then it goes to various other rock and ting. And I also have it on streaming, so it's like I can listen to the same mixtape start to finish on Google Play or Spotify. And also it's here, it exists, and it's physical. So I think that's a fun thing. And I've loved to me this mixtape is pre-Collision. It's when Tesseract Kitchen was just starting off, and it's these awesome ideas that were just about to blossom and turn into Tsilindr. So the times were changing, you know? It's a nice little time capsule, and when I make the new mixtapes, I'll be listening to the new ones more and more, but I'll always go back to all of these, and I have different memories of when they were made, and each song has their own memories as well. One time I put this cassette on, I I had a big release. It was after Collision. I hadn't been home in a few days. I had been to the producer's place like a couple nights before, and then we did our overnight on location at Unibase for the fashion film shoot. And when I came back, it's like everything just was done. Like it exploded, and it was a big release because we had spent a long time on Collision, perfecting it and making sure it was as solid as possible. I'm so grateful we did. I think to repeat the process, it would be much faster because I understand so much. And this is exactly why I'm recording all of this, because I'm so happy to share that learning process. But because it had to be done once, the first time, so strong, it took a while. It had happened. It was in the can. We weren't done. It still had post to go through, and it still had composition to go through. But for all intents and purposes, it was done. And it was just a big release. I just threw on the mixtape, and I just sat down and I fucking cried my eyes out. And like, I honestly, it was such a big release. I was just so proud of everyone. I remember ringing Ray, the designer, and I was like, Ray, I'm just so happy that we were able to work together. And like, I really, I'm over the moon. I don't shut up about how happy about the crew I am. I really don't, because they're that good. Like I have been over the moon about crews before, but I've not been this over the moon. I just love them so much. And like, we came together, all of us collectively, and made some fucking amazing art. We really did. I cannot wait to share it. I really can't.